Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Singularity Stage 3. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out and you just want to jump to the Sharpie section, look in the description of the video and you'll see a link that you can click on that will take you directly to the Sharpie portion of the video. There's even one for color. So for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and then I will start to have some Sharpie fun. But for now, I'm going to do something crazy and fun for this last mode. You know? The last the third singularity, which is no longer a singular, right? It's no longer a singularity if it's the third one. It's the third reality, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know, I just think it's kind of funny that we're doing a third version of a single named character. But that's cool. That's who we are. This is how we draw. This is how I draw, and you draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Okay, I like that. I can live with those eyes, because that's all I really have to draw in here, right? And I really should be focusing more on the rest of the body, because if this doesn't go right and I have to erase, I'm just wasting my time drawing all these details into this head. But I'm having fun. All right, this looks pretty good to me. Let's see if I can zoom in to look at a few details real fast. All right, what am I missing? What am I off? Where am I off? This needs to come in and come down. And then I can do her neck like this. And this needs to go up higher. That's where I'm off. That's where it looks funny. Because if it's going to match this, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Okay, looks good to me. So hopefully the rest of this works out because I liked what I did there. Okay, I'm going to draw, I think I'm going to draw like throwing a punch, you know, so I'm going to have to raise this shoulder up a little bit. I'm going to throw her arm up and over like she's throwing a punch. Yeah, I can live with that. Okay, so now let's flesh it out. And let's see. So now I got to try to figure out how to make her look like that. And what I mean by that is I'm looking at a store picture, you know, like the what do you call it? I got lost for words right now. My words ain't working right. The sample you get, the pose you get whenever you go to buy the character, and it's just standing there, you know? And I hate to say it's like it's not a real person. She's just standing there. So I have to figure out how to take all those details and put them in this pose. Okay. Not bad, not bad. And hopefully I'm not going to take too long because if you're following along, I don't want you bored just watching and being like, good to the drawing. I'm bored with the drawing. And sorry, I know you don't have a voice like that, but I know that you're more mocking me. Or I guess you're not mocking me. You're exasperated with me. Ooh, here's your word of the day. Exasperated with me, and you want me to hurry up and get to the fun stuff, you know? But hopefully you're having a good time too, because that's what drawing's all about. And, you know, eventually you're going to be able to do this for yourself and not have to, you know, rely on me or watch me. You know, one day you're going to figure this out for yourself and you're like, all right, I got this. I'm starting my own video, and it's called, or my own channel, and it's called How I Don't Draw Like How I Draw. And it's about drawing right and the way you do it. Okay, so all right, so now, okay, I like where I'm going. I need to, and I'm just gonna draw the side like she's throwing a fist, you know, like that. Let's see, what am I doing wrong? Where am I messing up? I need this part of the hand. I need the knuckles like that. And I'm looking at my own hand whenever I do it, so I make sure I get it right. And then this part of the thumb down. Yeah, that'll work. And there's not too much we got to do there because it's just a side fist. All right, looking good. So let's have her all kind of angled back. Let's see. And now I got to try to figure out again how to draw all these little details into this look, you know, because I wanna put in the detail. You know, that's the fun part of this character. Okay, and also, you know what? I got to make sure I draw it right. So this is what I was saying earlier, that I need to make sure I get this right before I start adding in the detail, because I got to get it right, and then I can have fun. Because the last thing I want to do is do all this and then come back and go, oh man, what a waste. You know, I got to redraw the entire thing, or it didn't work out, and it's going to look funny, and everyone's going to laugh at me, and then I'm going to have to cry. Not cry, it's no big deal. I've cried. But the drawing is the most fun part, you know? And so that's why I don't want to be frustrated by not doing it right than whether I got it wrong, you know? So it's more fun to not have to do stuff over and over again, even though that's how you get better. But I want to get it right, is what I'm trying to say. Let's kick this leg out. You know what? Let's do something like that. Yeah, more of an out kicky leggy thingy, you know? Let's see. Again, this is really hard to do when you're not looking at it, or you're not looking at this pose, because you gotta make sure, or it's hard to figure out what you can see, you know? It's like, well, the front view, I see it, that's great, but I can't see all that from this angle. So I got to figure that out. And that's a challenge. I chose that. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's the trick. That's the hard part. All right, I like that. I say we go with that. Okay, I'm going to get started. So I'm going to erase some of these lines just because I have a bunch. And also because I don't want the pencils to stand out over the Sharpie. Okay, and I'm leaving enough faint lines so I can see what I'm doing. And so I'm making my own ghost with a special computer. That's a little joke for two special boys that will always be special to me. So I'm going to start off with my Sharpies now. I'm going to use a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen I'm going to use for a little fine detail like the eyes, because it's harder to control such a big fat Sharpie like that, and it's easier with a fine point like this. I can control the lines much better. So here I'm going to draw the eyes. I'm just going to draw the top line first, or the top of the brow, the top of the lid, just to see if I got them level to where I want, and I do. So now I'm going to draw the iris, and then the pupil just a little bit. Look, I messed up. I didn't do that round, but that's okay. I can make that work. Draw a little bit of the pupil there, and I can't draw the underline because it'll start to bleed. So I'm just going to kind of fake it like that up to the pupil. I do that a lot. and it helps because it implies without actually putting the line in, and it keeps from bleeding because these Sharpies bleed so much. But I want you to be able to do this with regular Sharpies. I don't want you to have to go out and buy special art supplies. You should always have an awesome art supply on hand. But if you're just getting into the channel with us, you shouldn't have to just to get started. Okay, so I'm going to draw her some brow like that. And that's all I can do because of the mask. Okay, so I'm going to start with a point right here. I'm going to come over for the eyes. And then I'm going to come down, do the same thing over here, but at a different angle because it's the side or the way the helmet is turned. And you know what? I'm going to continue this line all the way down like this to where it hits the bottom. Okay? I'll do the same thing over here, just kind of like that. And it'll accent that edge. So now I'm going to come in here and draw the bridge of it like that. Oops, my Sharpie's dying. Like that. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do. I'm going to do a few more lines like this just with this Sharpie. And then I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm accenting thick versus thin. And you're going to see what I'm talking about when I start working with this big fat Sharpie that's going to make the biggest, fattest lines in the world. They're so fat, they are huge. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. Okay, so let's close out the bottom of this right here. Might as well, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and finish out the sides. And I'm gonna kind of follow my sketch here and come over here to this side and just kind of come up here and go down, out like that. One more like this, bring it down here and close it out. And that'll kind of close out the helmet. And so I'm gonna kind of just accent a few little pieces, and that's what I was doing with this. See, I was just kind of doing something like that to accent the layers that are built into the helmet. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do one more like that, and then I'm gonna do the little pointy points that are hanging off like that. But I'm gonna do them with this one just to, again, just to accent. You know, it's not quite as thick, but not quite as thin. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna work onto the rest of her suit, and so I can draw her neck down like this. And now, okay, remember, I've got her in a bent up, like, jumping position, so some of this stuff is gonna bend over on itself, okay? So just bear with me when I'm drawing this stuff and understand that it's going someplace, okay? So her shoulder's gonna be here. This is the first shoulder pad. And it's got a few little lines that we won't go too crazy, but we're just gonna add a few like that. Connect a line here if you didn't. And let's see, this front piece is going to be a little off because it's off to the side like that. So I'm going to do something like this and just kind of follow along with me to where I'm going, because again, it's going to be off to the side here as to the placement. Okay. So see, this side is sticking out more than that side because of the way she's turned, you know? You just have to think about little things like that whenever you're drawing the characters to make the proportions work with the position you chose. Because remember, this is how you draw. This is how I draw, you draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Like that. I'm gonna do something cool like that. And this is just giving me some start-stop points is the main thing. And so now I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do this. And again, I'm kind of doing stuff it's bending now, you know, because she's all hunched over and she's not in the normal just standing store position, you know. So that means we can do the other shoulder like this, but I'm going to crunch it up like this because I have her arm up. And so now it's all kind of bent. So this is just now kind of squished in I'll go ahead and draw it so you see what I'm talking about. So I have her arm up, so I'm going to do some folds in the sleeve, and then I'm going to draw the point of her shoulder, because she's got kind of pointy shoulders, but because her arm is up, it's taking that point and going up like that. So that's why I did that, okay? So we're just going to draw her arm. We're going to draw anatomy. You're just going to draw the shoulder to the bicep, to the forearm, to the edge right there, okay? And so you see what I'm saying? See how it's kind of bent over? So we're going to do the underside. Ooh, I hate pushing. I don't know why I did that. Do something like that. I'm a puller whenever I like this when I pull. I never push. I'm using that's using your this muscle to push your whole arm. I hate that. I like wrist control, you know, or like this, you know. But I did what I did. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm just talking to you about detail and technique. All right, so there, just some more creases and folds just because it's so dramatically pushed up right there. And that's all. We're not gonna go too crazy. I'm not gonna put a whole bunch in there like I normally do. Here, let's just throw that fist. Let's put it down. I'm gonna do the cuff of her hand, of her wrist, and the glove is coming down like this. And there's her knuckle into her thumb, like that. And I'm gonna do this with the little Sharpie, just because I don't want to lose too much, you know, like that. Because normally when I do it with the big Sharpie, I lose a lot. It gets it bleeds too much. I'm just gonna say it. It bleeds too much. But again, that's why I want you to work with Sharpies. I don't want you to have to buy big fancy art supplies, but we'll make it work with this, okay? So this arm we're just gonna have sticking up like she just threw a punch, like wham, you know? Okay, so this arm is gonna be, there's that point I was talking about. The arm's gonna come here, but I'm gonna stop right there because her forearm is like this, bent over. Okay, and I'll do a few little folds for this side too, like that. And here's the back of her hand, so we're gonna do the wrist cuff like that too. The outside of her hand, there's her thumb actually, and the knuckles. I'm gonna bring it down like this. We'll do the pinky like this just to give us a guide. You can't see much, so we'll just do that, okay? All right. Oh, you know what? And we're gonna do the big, that thing. All right, so now I gotta try to work in the other side. So here she's got like little pieces that flow over like this. And again, I just kind of do some weird little jaunty jigs like that because it's bent, you know? Same thing here, I'm gonna do this one and then kind of bend it in like that. Just because, again, she's creased and bent over. All right, and so now I'm gonna draw the little pocket she has here. That's attached on the side here. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach it because I know where my sketch is to where her leg is going to be, okay? And so that's gonna put her thigh right about there. And I'm just again adding some folds. That one shouldn't have been there, but oh well. What's done is done. I'll make it work with color. And do like that to where her leg is gonna come back out. And here, we'll hide it like this. We'll make it intentional, like there. It's all bent and creased because her leg is bent over. Booyah, we hid our mistakes. All right. Okay, so let's work on this leg here. It's gonna be, oops, I lost my picture. I'm looking on my screen and it disappeared. So now let me try to look at the detail and see what I can do here. So it's gonna come down like this. Something like that. And let's see. Okay, so that's the first leg, and there are some edges to it. Not much, but enough that we can do something like that to show that it has, you know, that mechanic edge to it. And then she's got her what do you call it, the knee joints. That will do right there. And then we're gonna do this one, kind of something like this. And I'm kind of making it up as I go, because again, I have it all at a weird angle, or an artistic angle. I guess that's the best way to, the more polite, more fun way to say it, that we can only draw so much, you know? Okay, and I'm gonna draw the top of the foot over here on this side. It's kind of all out and over itself. Something like that. Again, we're looking at the top view, so we're kind of hiding a lot of what we're doing. And so this leg is gonna be sticking out. So this one is gonna go like this. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's see, she's got, oh, you know what? She's got the pocket over here too. All right, that'll help hide a few things. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the inside like this. I'm gonna come down, connect over here, do one of these, like that. Okay, and let's see, again, we're just gonna do a few little lines and edges, you know, just to kind of show just that little mech edge to it, because it's armor, you know. Okay, so she's got the knee, why can I never remember that? The knee points, you know, so I've got to draw that on that side and draw here to the knee. I'm gonna come up like this and come down, do that, do one of these, come over, and we'll go ahead and do something like this. And let's see. There we go. I like that. Again, just giving it like an armor edge, you know? And so now let's work on the side here. And again, I'm just kind of drawing with what I can see and what I'm having to guess at. And just kind of playing around with the look. Okay, I think that's good. I think I'm happy with that, and I think we say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Singularity Final Stage 3. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.